Welcome to another episode of Carolina Outdoors. I'm your host, Alex Summer. Today we had 3 great hunts coming your way. We had a buck that we'd been after for a while, then we did some doe management, and we finished off the show with another great buck.
The Kubota dealers of the Carolinas are proud to present Carolina Outdoors, showcasing our passion for the outdoors, for Earth, for life.
Lady hit. I was able to get it done. He's a big wide 8-point. Come on. 2 birds, 1 shot.
Carolina Outdoors with Alex Summer is next.
Welcome back to Carolina Outdoors. We've been sitting in the stand for a couple of days looking for the real good buck that we've been hunting. And we've seen plenty of smaller bucks. So we figured with our patience wearing thin, we'd do a little bit of doe management. let's take a break from the action for me to give you a little doe hunting tip. You know, the biggest tip I could say as far as shooting a doe is make sure it is a doe. And the one way to do it, for me personally to know, is that if you look at a mature deer or a mature doe, she'll have more of a pointed nose, and a lot of people say it's called a Roman nose. And if you're shooting a yearling, they'll have more or less a forehead. And that's a lot of the problem people will have. They'll try to shoot a doe and do their part in doe management, and they'll end up shooting a yearling or a button buck. So to me, if you just look at the triangle point of the head, what they call a Roman nose, that is a good tip for knowing that it is a doe that you're about to pull the trigger on.
Yeah. See it?
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, everyone, if y'all ain't figured it out yet, we was on doe duty today. Was able to take out 2 does. The first one skirted across on us, wasn't able to get the camera turned around in time to get that on that doe. Able to get it on the second one that came through, however. When it had knocked that first one down, the second one either wasn't aware of what was going on, so it came back out. Was able to get a shot on the second one too. You can kill 2 per day here in South Carolina. The tags, you have to use your personal tags, 2 per day. We're going to order some more tags. Of course, I think you can order 4 more doe tags as it is right now. So we're going to get those other tags. Already got those ordered, but went ahead and used 2 today. Tomorrow we'll be hunting the big boy. So supposed to have a cool front coming in Saturday, Sunday also, right here at Halloween. So we'll see what we can get done. Rut's heating up, but we'll take our does whenever they come to us. All right, guys, we got both these deer loaded up. This done got dark on us, but dropped both of these deer where they was laying. You know, the thing is with killing does, you know, everybody has a certain time of year they like to kill does. Some of them like to kill them before the rut, or some people like to kill them after it and after they shot the big deer. My biggest thing is I save does for me because I'm usually hunting a big deer. And so when you hunt a big deer, as y'all know, it takes plenty of time of sitting in the woods to be able to shoot one like that. So I like to shoot does in times to break up the intermission between the 2 big deer I see. I ain't shot a big deer in about 4 or 5 weeks. So my plan was to go ahead and shoot me some does a day and get some meat in the freezer. When we come back here at Carolina Outdoors, we're going back to the deer stand. Hopefully we can get on this big 8-point buck we've been chasing. Welcome back to Carolina Outdoors. We're going back in the stand. We've had this big buck on trail cams multiple times in daylight. For whatever reason, this buck has not crossed our path yet, but we figured if we just kept patient and stayed in the stand, this deer would have to slip up and walk by us. All right, we're going to take a break from the action for me to give you a tip on why I actually use the trail cams. You know, trail cams are good as far as, like, I put them on a corn pile, so that basically gives you an inventory on your herd or the deer that you have in your herd. It's not necessarily something that you're going to shoot a big 4.5-year-old deer over a corn pile. Now, it does happen, but the biggest thing is that lets you know that deer is in the area. So if you hunt that area with that deer in that area, you're more than likely going to kill him. Now back to the action. Back. Hey! All right, guys, we just put a shot on a big wide 8 that we've been hunting. This is the first day of rifle season. We got in here and got set up on this power line. This deer, we've been getting a lot of pictures of him. We had a chance at this deer during bow season. Come through some thick brush on me. Wasn't able to turn around and get a shot on him. But first day of rifle season, got in here, sat on this power line. The big 8 walks out, almost got all the way across this power line on me. I'm hoping I made a good shot. I had to holler at that deer to stop him. Probably 150 yards or so, I reckon, away. And he took a step right as I shot. I reviewed it from the camera, and it looks like I might have hit him a little farther back. So I'm gonna give it some time, sit here a little longer, probably go ahead and get down before dark, make sure we got some good blood. And but I'm probably gonna back out to the truck, wait a couple hours, and then try to retrieve this deer. As you can see, we got him packed out of here. This is a big 8-point we got. Had him on camera for the past 2 years. Last year, we actually had him. He was another 8-point. Probably just as wide, but he did put a lot more mass on his horns. So this is a 4.5-year-old deer. Like I said, we knew he was probably 3.5 last year, and this year will be 4.5. So, but got made a good shot on this deer. I was worried when I looked at the film. I thought I might have hit him a little far back, but I was aiming dead on at the shoulder. I like to hit them big ones in the shoulders. A lot of times they'll go straight down, but hit him right behind the shoulder. He probably ran, I don't know, maybe 100 yards into the woods. Had a good blood trail. Knew it was some lung blood, so we went ahead in there. It ain't been but 30 minutes since we probably took the shot. But anyway, it's a real big 8-point. I'm very, very happy to get this deer. Hopefully I'll shoot about 3 or 4 more like that this year. Stay tuned for more Carolina Outdoors. Welcome back to Carolina Outdoors. Wow, what a big 8-point that was, but every deer cannot be that big. We're going back in the woods, and I was hunting another big 8-point, and this deer walked out.
All right, guys, we went ahead and got down and found this deer. Deer took a weird jump when I hit him, so I looked at the film, got down there, and actually looked and seen the blood that we had. It was really good blood, and I couldn't figure out, you know, why he didn't go down so hard. But I actually hit him low, really missed the front shoulder and caught him through the chest. So I almost missed this deer, but like I said, you know, we got good blood. This deer probably run 200 yards. And before I know it, I'd walked up on him, so I didn't do an interview right after the shot. But thought this deer was a different deer. Never had this deer on camera before, so you know, it kind of fooled me. I just come off of work, threw my camouflage on over top of my work clothes, and went straight into the woods and went in the stand probably 15-20 minutes, and this deer walked out. Very happy with this deer. This is on my second buck this season, so definitely taking in that case. We was able to get this nice 8-point on the ground. It's probably a 3.5-year-old buck, but we'll take him every day. Take a few more like him if we can finish it out at the end of the year.
All right, guys, as y'all can see in my interview, when I took this deer, I had on my work clothes and basically used a camouflage jumper to throw over top of it when I got into the deer stand. So, you know, it's not always about scent control, it's about making sure that the wind is in the right direction when you're expecting a deer to walk out. But that's all the time we have for today's show. So until next time, get out and enjoy your Carolina outdoors.
Thanks for watching Carolina Outdoors, online 24/7 at scoutdoors.com. See you next week on Carolina Outdoors.